Good morning, Pisces. Pisces sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. I hope that you're all doing well. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you know that. Shout out to Unicorn Kitty 1111. I was trying to bring up there was this time when we would have a laugh at Spirit when we were pulling cards, and we're just like, no Spirit, and we're not taking that. It was just, anyway, sorry, maybe a little bit of an inside joke, but you're allowed to talk with Spirit. Even you can fight with them too. They'll end up winning, but still, you can have your moments. Let's come into the energy here. Okay, we also, I'd like to give a big shout out to Gareth as well. And if we could say a prayer for him, he's gone through some stuff as of late, and I feel bad for him, and I just hope that it will all make sense. First card out, Two of Swords. Somebody could be trying to hold back their emotion, or they're going to have an emotional flooding today. Three of Cups. Could be to do with some gossip or the energies around you, Pisces. Or even for others of you, you've made a decision to get together with somebody or to reconcile with somebody. Seven of Wands. It's about wanting to fight for something as well, but standing your ground. Standing your ground regarding some life lessons. So there's some experience that you've had, and you're trying to get somebody to see it your way, but they're not seeing it. So I feel like you're drawing on the inner strength that you have, and you're literally welling it up inside of you to a point where you do not feel afraid or challenged by anybody coming at you at this point in time. The World card did want to come out in reverse, as well as this Two of Swords. But basically, what I'm getting is that some of you have made a decision that you're just standing up for yourselves. You're calling on your higher power. And maybe something that you thought was going to end isn't going to end. I see some manipulative energy, possibly, with this Magician in reverse. Either that or things didn't manifest the way that you thought they would regarding some situation. Some of you might be letting somebody back in who has manipulated you in the past. Perhaps you found a level of forgiveness and you're going to try again with them. Could be anybody, person, in terms of a friendship. And there we go. See, the moon. Things not appearing as they seem. Needing more information before making a decision. What is happening here? Something to do with dreams as well. Maybe you had a dream about a situation that you're dealing with, and it's possible that somebody just let someone back in and they weren't good for you. And the reason why is because you still haven't learned the lessons. You still haven't learned the lessons to not trust someone. I mean, I know that sounds a little bit sad, but it's like you can forgive people. You can do, but forgiveness doesn't mean giving them trust again. You have to look at their behavior. You have to look at the way that they conduct themselves on a regular basis. So you can forgive them, yeah, but you have to understand that you also have to place boundaries, because you don't know if they're going to show up properly. No matter what they say, it's always about their actions, right? And there's that wisdom card, Virgo energy. So it's definitely about using your wisdom when trying to cut through the cloudiness here of this moon energy and this magician in reverse. Some of you may have learned that someone you thought was a friend just isn't a friend after all. They were an opportunist, and that could have hurt you. Three of Swords. It's like they stand up for you and they defend you as long as you're giving them what they want, but then they have no hesitation in throwing you under the bus when it doesn't serve them. So some of you might be having to make a decision as to keeping somebody in your life who does this. Interesting. Let's move this. Oh, 10 of Cups. But the good news is that with this 10 of Cups energy, things are going to get better that I see. You're going to find emotional fulfillment in whatever this situation is. Unless this is just what this person is saying. Like, yeah, I'll show up for you. Everything's going to be wonderful with us. Everything's going to be great. And then all of a sudden, you see a different side to them. I guess basically just be careful today in your dealings. Be careful of who comes around you. See, there's that being rejected, being left out in the cold. And as I put this down on the table, the back to this individual is towards this 10 of Cups. So that's where I was getting that feeling of they're there for you as long as they're getting everything that they want. But the second that they want something else and you can no longer help them, you're left rejected, and they go to whoever else, especially with that 3 of Cups, they'll go to whoever else can make something happen, and it really brings into question their loyalty with that 7 of Wands energy. And I think you see this though, Pisces. I think deep down you do, but you've avoided it because you're so forgiving. You don't like, what I'm getting is you don't like holding grudges. But what some of you don't realize is that forgiveness is blinding you to being manipulated and taken advantage of. This could be a very specific reading. I don't know if this is applying. I don't know who this is connecting with, but you're definitely standing your ground, but there's a lesson that hasn't been learned here yet, and it's a lesson about this heartbreak, and perhaps you're continuing to allow yourself to be hurt over and over again because maybe there's a confusion in terms of your understanding of what forgiveness really is. Forgiveness means accepting what has happened, but not allowing it to happen over and over again. Do you see what I mean? It's not holding on to resentment to what someone has done, but yet it's also not allowing yourself to continue to be abused in some way, shape, or form, or to be rejected and left out in the cold whenever you need them to stand up for you. But no, you do it for them, but they won't do it for you because they run with the crowds, right? They run with whomever brings them what they need in a moment. That's what I'm getting from this reading. Interesting. Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. maybe this is going to be a new understanding for you in terms of laying down a foundation for you. Some of you might be leaving a situation that made you happy at one point in time, but it's now served its purpose because you can see that whatever path it was on is now turning into toxic territories. It's like that part of your life, that chapter in your life now needs to come to an end. So you're going to be moving forward with this Ace of Pentacles. And yet I still see the clouds here in that card. Pisces. King of Pentacles. Beautiful, but you're still moving towards your abundance. This is fantastic. And I really feel as though it's about a job. And now, interestingly, where I had mentioned in the reading yesterday that there were going to be opportunities to make more money. I was shocked because I actually, as a Pisces, got 2 emails asking if I would like to help be a transcriber for a company, and also another one if I'd like to read cards for a business. So there are little opportunities that may have come about for some of you. And it's going to help towards bringing you this stability that you seek and this security. So it's good that we're still moving towards that. But however, some of you are drawing on your wisdom and you've got to cut some things out of your life. That chapter is done. And sometimes a chapter can only last a day. Believe it or not, the impact of such experiences can literally blow your mind because it is so intense, but it is only meant for a day in your life. It comes and goes that quickly. But that's the thing with time, right? Time isn't linear. Neither are our experiences. We ebb and flow. Some of you may get some assistance from this King of Pentacles energy, but I really think that a lot of you are starting on a new journey towards some security in some way, shape, or form, maybe even buying a home or getting a different place that you feel comfortable in. But you're starting to better yourself so that you don't continue to repeat cycles. It's going to take some time. Again, it could take a day, and all of a sudden you see the light, or it could take years. It depends on when you're ready to see it. But some of you are going to draw on this hermit energy, and you're going to be leaving a situation. And you're just going to have to take the happy memories with you. Things change, unfortunately, right? It's like a relationship. When you look at all these people that fall in love, and they get together, they get married, and then all of a sudden they're divorced, right? It's because what they've learned and the experience that they were meant to have has now passed. A reason, a season, or a lifetime. You have to decide, or it does become apparent to you, who is meant to be there and for which progressions, right? Either or, you have security coming, so don't worry. Do not worry. You're going to be feeling more stable. Okay, I'm going to pull out some romance angels now because I want to see what's happening in the love realm. Sorry if this reading was a bit long already, but I'm just kind of getting into it as I'm waking up here. You deserve love. Beautiful. And yes, you do deserve love. Maybe that's what that moving on is about, is that you're holding on. Yeah. You're holding on to the anger from betrayal. And anger does serve a purpose. It helps us to move on because we've finally taken the last sword in the back. And now you're making a decision that you're not going to accept any more betrayals, hurts, or lies. Wow. And it was a real painful ending for some of you. But in that pain is where you find the truth, which is you deserve love. So anybody that shows you that you don't deserve it, the reason why is so that you learn that you do. And that's why it doesn't feel good. That's why when someone isn't treating you well, it doesn't feel good. And we need to heed those messages. We need to listen to what our emotions are telling us. Like, this does not feel good, which means we need to maybe leave. Let go of control issues. Again, this is making me feel as though it is referencing that forgiveness piece that we were talking about. Perhaps you forgive people that hurt you because you think that they're going to change, but it doesn't. You can't control the outcome. Some of you might be dealing with someone in a new relationship where you're trying to make them feel loved, but they have to come to that on their own. They've walked their own journey and their own path. Release that attachment to an outcome. What is this? Let go of control issues. Empress, beautiful. That's right. Just like I said, give them the loving and the nurturing that you want to give, but don't expect them to change or open up, because they've gone through their own battles as well, and maybe they're not at the point where they can forgive yet. And it doesn't mean that you're no good or you're not important. It just means they're not ready to completely open up, even though they've shown up wanting love. I know it's so confusing. It's like, well, if you're not ready for a relationship or a connection, then why are you here? Because they do want that love and that nurturing, but yet they also push it away because they're terrified of pain. What is this Empress energy? There we go. See? Pushing it away. 5 of Swords. They can't get past their protection in their mind. Their mind's protection. Their ego. They can't lower their defenses. So I think that some of you need to be aware at this point in time with whomever you're dealing with in a love connection, that this individual will push you away. And it's like, no matter how much love you try to give them, it might be that they don't know how to receive it because they haven't received it in the past. So they don't even understand what love is. So don't take that personally, and don't feel hurt about it, because this is something they have to go through, and it takes time for them to understand, especially if their definition of love is pain. If someone has always said, or like, for example, if somebody has cheated on them a lot and said, oh, well, I love you because I'm back, then someone starts to associate love with cheating, right? It's like, oh, they cheated, but it's okay because they're back, so they love me. No. That is their definition of love. They don't understand that love is consistent and nurturing and accepting. So maybe this is also a good lesson for you to learn too. You can love them, but not to the point where it's hurting you. And if they want to push you away, let them. They'll come back. They'll come back in their own time. This is not your problem. This is where they're at in their life right now. Playfulness. That's right. Get back to having fun, my fishies. Get back to just enjoying life as it unfolds, being able to smile and laugh, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit and fun to shine. And maybe that's what it is. Be a friend to whoever it is that you're in a connection with at the moment. Don't be a mom. King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. There you are. Just be you. Be you in this moment. Because there it is. There's this unhappiness with the way that things are coming out. And yes, we want people to see that we're not here to hurt them, but this is something they need to come to in their own time. And keep an open mind. So this wanted to come out in reverse. And I think it's that some of you are, maybe that's what that walking away was with that Five of Pentacles in the first spread that I pulled. Some of you might feel as though this isn't the person for you because they don't see what you're trying to bring to the table, and maybe they're not offering the same things that you're offering. There could be closed off emotions, but you're not keeping an open mind as well that maybe there is somebody better out there for you, or better matched. And maybe this lesson was to show you that different people are going to come to you for different things. And it's up to you to discern where they are at and if they are fully capable of being in a proper relationship. And if they're not, and you're still taking them on, then that might teach you here that it's because you're not ready yourself, because you're still in that codependency state of thinking that you have to fix them, thinking that you have to make their lives better, or that you have to heal them. Physician, heal thyself is the words. So they need to heal themselves. So don't take on that burden, and keep an open mind. Definitely. Because some of you haven't been. Some of you are allowing yourselves to stay in painful situations. See? Restriction, staying stuck. Some of you are allowing yourselves to stay stuck in positions or situations because you think you're not giving enough or not doing enough. But the truth is, it doesn't matter what you give, and that's where the paradox is, right? It's where you're giving so much, and all of a sudden they're pulling up their sword at you, and they're pushing you away, and you can't understand it. The reason why is because it's showing you that you're doing it out of codependency as opposed to actual love. And that's why you're not getting the nurturing you need either in this connection, is because it's not from a position of love. And that's not your fault. Some of you may have been raised in families where you had to always keep it together. You had to always be there for everybody. But then familiarity breeds contempt. So the more you're there for somebody, the more they start pushing you away because they know you'll always be there. But then that becomes hurtful to you. And why? Because they're taking their pain out on you. They're taking all of their previous rejection that they felt, and they're rejecting you. It's almost like that's how they are healing themselves, is by taking out their pain on you. But the thing is, you have to be clever enough, especially with that hermit energy, to recognize the situation for what it is, as opposed to staying stuck in your mind like a rat in a cage trying to figure out, well, how do I make this better? How do I fix this? It's not up to you to fix it. It takes two people to be in a connection to make it work. It takes two people to show up for each other. And if somebody is still carrying these issues from the past, this is on them to fix. You can't do it for them. They have to want to change. And until they see it themselves, that's why this keep an open mind wanted to come up in reverse, as well as the Eight of Swords being trapped in a prison, is because there's some thought process here that's keeping both of you stuck. Hanged man, stuck. Can't make it up. Keeping you stuck. But I do see as well, because this wanted to come out in reverse, that some of you may get a new perspective, but you may fight it. So as you're getting new perspectives, allow them to come in. Allow yourself to grow and change so that you don't keep yourself in a prison. And does this mean that if you leave somebody that you don't love them? No. It means you love them enough to let them grow. If they push you away, let them. It says nothing about you and your worth. It says that they have healing to do. It's not about you. All right? So I don't know who this is for specifically. I don't know who I connected with this morning, but please go ahead and leave a message or a comment and let me know if this applied to your situation. Let's get you a guidance card, and then I'm going to wrap it up. What is the guidance here, please, Spirit? And this doesn't even have to be love. This could even be a friend or family. If somebody is pushing you away, then that should be taken at face value, that they need to do work on their own. Oh my gosh, see? What did I tell you? There's nothing you can do. This isn't your situation to fix. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. Exactly. If somebody's been pushing you away, like I said, let them. This means nothing in terms of who you are. This reflects nothing about you except that you need to stop trying to fix others. They have to do this on their own, and they'll come back when they're ready. It's not up to you to fix a situation. You be your loving, nurturing self and let them come to you when they're ready. Okay? Beautiful, Pisces. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'm sending you so much love. See you soon. Bye.